Ted Kaczynski wasn't the face anyone expected when they imagined one of the most elusive domestic terrorists in American history. He was soft-spoken, he didn't shout, he didn't make demands on live TV, he didn't leave behind dramatic crime scenes or flashy violence, but he managed to terrify a nation for nearly 2 decades. Because his bombs didn't come from nowhere, they came by mail, hidden in plain boxes. Disguised as gifts or packages, they waited quietly until someone opened them. Before the FBI called him the Unabomber, he was a child genius, a real one. He entered Harvard at just 16 years old, graduating with a degree in mathematics and earning a PhD by his early 20s. His professors described him as incredibly intelligent, but socially distant. It wasn't just that he preferred solitude. He seemed uncomfortable around other people. By the mid-1960s, he was teaching at the University of California, Berkeley. But suddenly, with no clear explanation, he resigned. No scandal, no warning. He just walked away from it all. And then, he vanished. Years passed. His name faded. No one knew that he had moved deep into the woods of Montana, where he built a tiny 10-by-12-foot shack by hand. No electricity, no running water, no phone, just a bed, some shelves, notebooks, and his rage. That cabin became a factory, not for inventions, but for vengeance. In Kaczynski's eyes, technology was destroying the natural world and robbing people of their freedom. He believed modern society had become a prison, and he decided it needed to be dismantled. One bomb at a time. His first attacks seemed random. A package would arrive at a university or airline office. Sometimes it exploded, sometimes it didn't, but the message was always clear. He was targeting symbols of progress, computers, scientists, engineers. He signed his letters only with the initials FC, short for Freedom Club. His message wasn't loud, but it was deadly, and he never left a clue. He was careful, brilliant, and invisible. The FBI dubbed him the Unabomber suspect, short for university and airline bomber, a code name that eventually gave birth to the name the world would come to fear, the Unabomber. But even with the largest manhunt in FBI history at the time, they couldn't find him. Not because he was running, but because he was standing still, deep in the wilderness, living completely off the grid, planning every move with mathematical precision. By the early 90s, his bombs had killed 3 people and injured dozens more. The packages were homemade, but deadly, built with such expertise that forensic analysts struggled to trace them. He was always one step ahead. No fingerprints, no DNA, no digital footprint. He was like a ghost, a brilliant phantom whose every move was calculated. And what terrified authorities most was that he wasn't doing it for money, revenge, or fame. He was doing it for a philosophy, a belief that society itself was sick, and only destruction could cure it. Ted Kaczynski had declared war on modern life, and for nearly 17 years, no one even knew his name. The Unabomber had become a ghost with a name, but even after 17 years of bombings, he remained a mystery. No one had seen his face. There were no fingerprints, no CCTV footage, no forensic trail. He had struck fear into universities, airlines, and tech companies. And while the media stirred panic with every new attack, law enforcement was growing desperate. The FBI had formed the largest manhunt in its history. Still, the man they were chasing might as well have been a shadow. But then, something unexpected happened. In 1995, the Unabomber reached out, not with a bomb, but with words. He sent a 35,000-word manifesto to major newspapers, demanding that it be published. If it was, he claimed he would stop killing. It was a strange ultimatum, but the FBI saw a potential breakthrough. If someone recognized his ideas, his voice, his phrasing, maybe, just maybe, they could finally track him down. The manifesto was published in the Washington Post. It was titled Industrial Society and Its Future. It laid out his beliefs in meticulous detail. How modern technology was eroding human freedom. How industrialization was the root of society's suffering. It was cold, logical, and terrifyingly persuasive. And someone did recognize it. David Kaczynski, Ted's younger brother, was living a quiet life with his wife when he read the manifesto. The ideas were familiar. The writing, the structure, the tone, it echoed letters he had received from Ted years earlier. At first, he didn't want to believe it. But the more he read, the more it became clear. His brother wasn't just a recluse. He might be the Unabomber. With a heavy heart, David contacted the FBI. Agents moved quickly. Using the manifesto as a linguistic fingerprint, they connected it with previous writings from Ted. The trail finally led to a remote patch of Montana wilderness. There, hidden among the trees, they found a small cabin, the same one Ted had built with his own hands. When they entered, they discovered a nightmare. Inside the 10-by-12 shack was a fully functional bomb-making workshop. Handwritten journals, chemical recipes, tools, and packages ready to be mailed. There were diagrams, targets, notes of surveillance. Ted Kaczynski had documented everything. His entire operation was laid out like an engineer's blueprint for destruction. He was arrested. In April 1996, in court, the defense wanted to plead insanity, but Ted refused. He insisted he was sane, that what he had done was not madness, but ideological warfare. He believed his actions had a moral foundation, to awaken society from the trap of technological control. But the court didn't agree. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole and sent to the Supermax prison in Florence, Colorado, a place reserved for the most dangerous criminals in the U.S. Over the years, he remained silent, a ghost again, until June 2023, when Ted Kaczynski was found dead in his prison cell at age 81. Cause of death, suicide. The Unabomber was finally gone, but his legacy lives on, in manifestos that still circulate, online, in the debate between technological advancement and personal freedom, and in the chilling reminder that sometimes the most dangerous threats come not from monsters, but from minds sharpened by genius and twisted by isolation. If you found this story chilling, shocking, or thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more gripping true crime stories, unsolved mysteries, and real-life horrors that still echo through history.